So if you watch my channel, you probably already know about Uncle Pete's cocktail shop. And if you don't, I'll link to his channel below. But yeah, Uncle Pete may have invented a new drink category. He calls it the Amaro Latte, and it's made by steaming equal parts milk and Amaro in a milk frother. And full disclosure, we're not 100% sure no one has done this before, but Ask Jeeves hasn't turned up anything to the contrary, so for now, let's just give him full credit for this one. So yeah, when I saw this, I was thinking, cool idea, but I'm never gonna try it, because I'm not gonna go out and buy a milk frother. But shortly after that, I realized I already have one. If you can't find it locally, Bezos will drop one off on your doorstep for around $100. So first things first, the Amaro Latte is the real deal. I haven't gone hog wild experimenting, but as a drink and also as a cocktail ingredient, it has a lot of potential. It made me think, what else can I do with this? And then it hit me, the Verte Chaud. The Verte Chaud is an Après-Ski cocktail that, from what I can tell, is a regional favorite. It's hot chocolate and green chartreuse. And yes, we are still in a chartreuse shortage, so what better time to make a cocktail with it? Especially since I just got a new bottle. Now, in my buddy Leandro's video, he makes the hot chocolate from scratch by heating milk and whisking in semi-sweet chocolate and brown sugar. And while I do think there's an ideal way to do everything, sometimes I like doing things the lazy way too. So I'm gonna try making this drink in the handy dandy milk frother that Uncle Pete turned me onto using milk and cocoa powder. Let's try it. To your frother, add 1 ounce of green chartreuse, 3 ounces of whole milk, and a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Now I'm turning this on out of frame so you can see this. You can add sugar if you want, but I have a feeling there's enough sugar in the chartreuse as it is, so I'll hold off and see how the drink turns out. Also, the original recipe calls for the Verte Chaud to be topped with whipped cream, but one of the benefits of using the frother for an Amaro Latte is it creates a nice head of foam, so hopefully that will happen here. Well, foamed up a little. Let's see how it tastes. It tastes great. Green chartreuse and chocolate play surprisingly well together, and it's plenty sweet for my palate. Yep, makes me want to curl up by a roaring fire. It's not quite the same without the whipped cream, and in his Amaro Latte video, Uncle Pete mentions a possible ABV threshold above which the milk won't foam, but instead of using more milk and further diluting the chartreuse, I'm going to go in a totally different direction. Let's try this again. After adding the same ingredients and the same measurements, add a whole egg. Fire it up and hope for the best. Adding an egg will not turn this drink into a flip, as flips don't have dairy. What this is a sort of chocolate eggnog with chartreuse as its base served hot. And the egg isn't incorporating. Well, this is disappointing. Lots of stuff left in the bottom of the frother. So clearly my friend Mr. Milk Frother didn't break everything down. And it's not his fault. The baby whisker inside this device is not intended to break down egg white. But I will not be stopped. I want to know what this drink tastes like with a whole egg, and I have a technique up my sleeve that I know will work. Whether or not the resulting drink is any good is another story. Stick blender to the rescue. 1 egg, 2 ounces of chartreuse, 6 ounces of milk, and a tablespoon of cocoa. Let's do this. Still not much of a head. Honestly, it's kind of whatever, but I did forget to heat it up. If there's a less efficient way to make one drink, I'd like to know what it is. Okay, now we're talking. Steamy. This is it. This is the one. This doesn't have a head so much as it's a solid block of texture. And the chartreuse is way muted because of the egg, but it's good. Okay, class photo. One thing I noticed is that the cocoa powder sunk to the bottom of this one, so strike one against the easy way. This one isn't even fully incorporated, I haven't tried it, and I'm not going to. Well, maybe at the end. And this satisfies. I can't say it's especially economical making a large batch if you're going to heat it up in the frother, but it is the only way to get this texture. Not the best drink I've ever come up with, but not the worst either. Now, it's entirely possible that someone else has made this exact drink, or at least something close to it, but until proven otherwise, I'm claiming this one. I give you Uncle Pete's mistake. You heard it here first. Thanks for watching, and yeah, if you have the means, try this out.
Turn camera.